preparation and examination of the properties of ethene is one of the most commonly asked questions in question 2 of the Leaving Cert chemistry exam. Here we're going to take a look at some of the details of the experiment itself and look at the kind of questions that get asked about the experimental setup. The experiment is carried out using the following apparatus. It's a common question in the exam to ask you to draw this apparatus, so do make sure that you have all your labels shown when you do this. We soak the glass wool in ethanol at the bottom of a glass tube, and the catalyst aluminium oxide or alumina is placed on the side of the test tube. The glass wool holds the ethanol at the end of the test tube, preventing the aluminium oxide from getting wet. The test tube is stoppered, connected to a delivery tube, which feeds to the test tube in the water bath to collect the gas produced. We then heat the aluminium oxide with a Bunsen flame. The heat will cause the ethanol to evaporate at the end of the tube, pass over the hot aluminium oxide, which will dehydrate it to form ethene. This ethene then collects in the test tube above the water bath. The first test tube collected is generally discarded as it's mostly air from the test tube itself and the delivery tube. Remember the physical properties of ethene. It's a sweetish smelling gas. Ethene, like all hydrocarbons, is non-polar, and so will be soluble in a non-polar organic solvent like cyclohexane and insoluble in polar solvents like water. There are several precautions in this experiment that are regularly asked, so it's important to remember some of these. The most important one that is very often asked is the problem of suckback. When the Bunsen is turned off, the air in the test tube will quickly cool and the pressure will drop. As it's a partial vacuum, water will be pushed back through the delivery tube, and when it comes in contact with the hot test tube, it may crack. This can be prevented by removing the delivery tube from the water before turning off the Bunsen flame. There is also a risk of fire whenever you have an open flame from a Bunsen, as ethene is a flammable gas, so we would need to keep the test tubes of gas collected away from the Bunsen flame. We should use tongs when handling the apparatus, as it can get very hot. Gloves and eye protection should obviously be worn throughout an experiment like this, where there is any risk of flammable gases catching fire or glass shattering. In the next video, we're going to take a look at some of the chemical reactions that ethene undergoes, so make sure and follow us so as not to miss it.